Lisa Vanderpump has spent decades cultivating an image of sophisticated elegance, the British accent, the designer gowns, the mansion filled with swans, the charitable work for dogs. She's positioned herself as above the petty drama of Real Housewives, the wise matriarch who mediates conflicts while sipping rosé at her fabulous restaurants. But that carefully constructed persona crumbles when you examine the pattern of behavior spanning 2 decades. From labor lawsuits to puppygate manipulation to knowing about cheating scandals and staying silent, Lisa Vanderpump's shady side has been hiding in plain sight. Let's expose it. On May 21st, 2025, news broke that Lisa Vanderpump and her husband Ken Todd had settled a class labor lawsuit for $490,000. The lawsuit was filed by former employees of their restaurant Pump on the West Hollywood establishment that became famous through Vanderpump Rules, and the allegations were damning. Former server Ernest R. Bennick filed the lawsuit in August 2020, accusing Vanderpump, Todd, and their company, Pump LLC, of multiple labor violations. The allegations included failure to pay minimum and overtime wages, denial of proper meal breaks, and failure to pay all wages owed upon termination. The settlement class included former employees who worked at Pump between August 2016 and December 2022. Let's break down what this means. For 6 years, employees at Lisa's restaurant were allegedly not paid properly. They didn't get the breaks California law requires when they left or were terminated. They didn't receive all the wages they were owed. These aren't minor clerical errors. These are systematic labor violations affecting dozens of workers over the course of 6 years. The settlement required Lisa and Ken to pay $450,000 to be distributed among aggrieved class members and their attorneys, plus $40,000 in PAGA penalties, with $10,000 distributed to aggrieved employees. A case review hearing was scheduled for April 2026 to verify the full funding and distribution of settlement payments. Here's what makes this particularly shady. Pump officially closed in July 2023, reportedly due to financial strains tied to back rent, lease issues, and an overall downturn in business, according to a filing by the defendants. But this lawsuit was filed in August 2020, 3 years before the restaurant closed. For 3 years, while Lisa was filming Vanderpump Rules, attending charity galas, and expanding her empire to Las Vegas, and her employees were fighting in court for wages they should have been paid in the first place. And it wasn't an isolated incident. In 2019, another lawsuit was filed by Adam Pierce Antoine on behalf of 29 servers and bartenders at both Sir and Pump. The lawsuit accused Lisa and Ken of violating California's unfair competition law, claiming that time records were manipulated after the fact to be in accordance with California state law. Although employees commonly exceeded 40-hour workweeks and 12-hour days, the suit noted that California labor laws state no employees should go more than 5 hours without a meal break of at least 30 minutes. Lisa and Ken's lawyer responded that the allegations were without merit and that they used the nationally recognized payroll firm ADP to process all payroll and assure compliance. But when multiple lawsuits from multiple employees across multiple years all make similar allegations about wage theft and labor violations, that's not disgruntled workers. That's a pattern. On July 22, 2025, Sheena Shea appeared on SiriusXM's Page 6 Radio and shared a recent shady interaction she had with Lisa Vanderpump. Sheena, who'd worked for Lisa at SUR for years and appeared on Vanderpump Rules from the beginning, revealed that she hadn't been in contact with Lisa for a while. "When Lisa talks about me now, I'm just one of 700 employees she has," Sheena said. "So, I'm like, okay, well then you're just my former boss." According to Sheena, the two ran into each other at an event recently, and Lisa wasn't interested in rekindling their relationship. She snubbed Sheena, former employee who'd helped make Vanderpump Rules the success it became. Think about that. Sheena gave Lisa years of her life, documented her relationships and personal drama on camera, helped turn SUR into a tourist destination, and generated massive publicity for Lisa's brand. And when they saw each other at an event, Lisa couldn't be bothered to be cordial. This is classic Lisa. When you're useful to her, when you're making her money or serving her interests, she's all charm and British grace. But the moment you're no longer valuable to her empire, you're just one of 700 employees. Disposable, forgettable, easily replaced. On November 5th, 2025, Lisa appeared on the Call Her Daddy podcast and dropped a bombshell. Never have I ever. Bravo edition. If you have ever been in one of these scenarios, tell the story. Okay. Oi! Never have I ever known a castmate's partner was cheating. Yes, I have. You have? Yeah. In what circumstance? Well, there was somebody that's recently had this kind of complicated scenario. Yeah. In one of the shows? I'm not telling you. And I kind of knew. Yeah, I've known. Lisa Vanderpump knew one of her Bravo castmates' partners was cheating and said nothing. She watched her friend, her castmate, someone she claimed to care about, get betrayed and humiliated. And she stayed silent because sometimes people don't want to hear it. That's not discretion. That's not respecting boundaries. That's strategic self-preservation. Lisa didn't want to get involved because getting involved might make her look bad or create drama she couldn't control. So, she let her friends stay in the dark while she sat on information that could have helped them make informed decisions about their relationship. This is the same woman who claims to value loyalty above all else. The same woman who's ended friendships over perceived betrayals. But when it came to actually being loyal by telling a friend their partner was cheating, Lisa chose silence. Puppygate remains the shadiest, most calculated move Lisa Vanderpump ever pulled on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and it's the scandal that ultimately cost her the show. Here's what happened. Daughter Kemsley adopted a dog from Lisa's rescue organization, Vanderpump Dogs. Dor gave the dog to a new home, which ended up being a kill shelter. Somehow, the story leaked to Radar Online before the season even started filming. Dorit, Kyle Richards, and most of the other RHOBH cast members became convinced that Lisa or someone close to her leaked the story to the press to create a storyline and make Dorit look bad. Lisa vehemently denied it, but the evidence didn't support her denials. During filming, Lisa actually took a lie detector test about Puppygate in a confessional scene. And during that scene, she made what many viewed as a transphobic joke about her co-star Erika Jayne. After the episode aired and Lisa faced backlash, she released a statement saying it was not her intention to belittle the trans community with her poor choice of words directed toward Erika. But the damage was done. The Puppygate scandal caused a rift between Lisa and nearly every woman on RHB. Her longtime friendship with Kyle Richards, which had survived years of ups and downs, ended with an explosive falling out. Lisa found herself in the doghouse with most of the robe ladies, and it proved to be the final straw. Lisa quit the show mid-season and refused to attend the reunion, effectively ending her 9-year run on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Here's what's shady about the whole thing. Lisa never admitted to leaking the story. She never took accountability for how the situation unfolded. She just quit, walked away, and positioned herself as the victim of a coordinated attack by jealous women. That's Lisa's MO. When she gets caught, she doesn't apologize or own her behavior. She plays the victim and exits on her own terms. When the scandal broke in March 2023, also revealing that Tom Sandoval had been cheating on Ariana Madix with Raquel Leviss, Lisa Vanderpump rushed to Bravo Studios for an emergency appearance on Watch What Happens Live. Her response to the affair that devastated Ariana: "It's not like they murdered anyone. It's a show." At Variety's 2023 Entertainment Marketing Summit, Lisa was even more blunt. She labeled Scandoval a producer's dream, but talent's nightmare. She admitted, "I was basically having a bloody heart attack when the news broke, but not because she cared about Ariana's pain, because of how it would affect her show." Lisa painted the magnitude of the affair as almost akin to Friends. Like if Chandler and Phoebe suddenly started shagging, she was thrilled about the ratings gold, the extended season, the publicity. "This group moves so quickly, and they talk 10 times a day. We had to pick up the cameras straight away," Lisa explained. Need translation? We had to exploit this trauma immediately before people process their emotions privately. What's particularly shady is Lisa's consistent minimizing of the harm. He didn't kill anybody. You know, Lisa said about Tom Sandoval. It was an infidelity, and I'm not condoning it in any shape or form. But at some point, let's hear both sides and try to move on. This is a woman whose livelihood depends on her employees' personal drama playing out on camera. She needs them to forgive each other and keep filming. Ariana's heartbreak is content. Tom's betrayal is storyline. And Lisa, as executive producer, benefits financially from all of it. In April 2025, Lisa revealed that she didn't want Stacey Schroeder fired from Vanderpump Rules after Stacey's racism scandal in 2020. Stacey and Kristen Doute were let go after they reported Faith Stirs, a black co-star, to the police, falsely alleging she committed a crime. The incident was a horrifying example of weaponizing police against a black woman. But according to Lisa, firing Stacey wasn't her decision. It was very poignant because it was a sign of the times and her actions. Lisa told Us Weekly, "I hate this cancellation policy. People are expected to be exemplary and not make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Falsely reporting a black woman to police isn't a mistake. It's racism. It's dangerous. It could have gotten Faith killed." And Lisa's response is to defend Stacey and criticize cancel culture. And that tells you everything about Lisa's values. She cares more about protecting her talent and maintaining her empire than holding people accountable for genuinely harmful behavior. And then, to prove her point, Lisa invited Stacey to join Season 2 of Vanderpump Villa. She literally gave Stacey a platform and a paycheck 4 years after she was fired for racism. The message is clear: you can do terrible things, face consequences, and Lisa will still welcome you back if it benefits her business. In 2013, Lisa and Ken were sued for fraud by two entrepreneurs who claimed Vanderpump unfairly snatched a West Hollywood venue where they were set to open a gay sports bar. That venue is where Pump now stands. The lawsuit alleged that Lisa and Ken essentially stole their business opportunity and opened their own establishment in the space the entrepreneurs had been negotiating for. The details of how that lawsuit was resolved haven't been widely publicized, which is convenient for Lisa. But the fact that the lawsuit existed at all shows a pattern. Lisa sees an opportunity. Lisa takes the opportunity. If that means someone else gets screwed in the process, that's business. This one ventures into conspiracy theory territory, but it's worth mentioning because the pattern is suspicious. In 2016, an electrical fire broke out at Pump. In 2017, another electrical fire happened at Suir. In January 2019, a Ferrari crashed into Pump. All three incidents could have resulted in insurance payouts. On Reddit threads and fan forums have speculated for years about whether Lisa and Ken have been committing insurance fraud. After the 2019 crash, Ken himself said he wanted to get as much publicity out of this as possible, which only fueled speculation. The crash happened just 2 days before the Vanderpump Rules Season 8 premiere. Convenient timing. To be fair, the insurance payouts from these incidents would be a drop in the bucket for multi-millionaires like Lisa and Ken. Their combined net worth is estimated at $90 million. They don't need insurance fraud money. But the pattern of fires and crashes at their establishments, combined with Ken's comment about publicity, has kept the conspiracy theory alive for years. In 2016, Real Housewives of Orange County cast member Kelly Dodd allegedly dined at Pump. Oz became irate when her party left her with the bill and claimed she wasn't responsible to pay. On Lisa's show, Overserved with Lisa Vanderpump, Lisa confirmed that Dodd kind of came into Pump and didn't pay a bill. What's shady about this isn't Kelly's alleged behavior, it's how Lisa used the incident. She brought it up on her own show years later to embarrass Kelly and paint her as classless. Lisa holds grudges and uses her platform to settle scores. If you cross her, she will find a way to make you look bad publicly. That's not classy, that's petty. Here's the uncomfortable truth about Lisa Vanderpump's empire. It's built almost entirely on exploiting her employees' personal drama. Sear, Pump, Villa Blanca, Tom Tom, all became famous not because of the food or ambiance, but because Vanderpump Rules turned the staff's relationships, breakups, these affairs, and friendships into entertainment. Lisa profits from every Tom and Ariana fight, every Shiana heartbreak, every Jax betrayal, every Katie and Schwartz divorce. She's the executive producer, which means she makes money when her employees' lives fall apart on camera. And she also has final say over what airs and how it's edited. That's an inherent conflict of interest. Lisa's financial incentive is for her employees to be as messy and dramatic as possible. Stability doesn't make good television. Growth doesn't create storylines. Lisa needs them broken, fighting, and spiraling. And when one of them, like Ariana, gets genuinely devastated by something like Scandoval, Lisa's first instinct isn't compassion, it's cameras. Despite the labor lawsuits, the closed restaurants, and the ongoing controversies, Lisa and Ken continue expanding. In partnership with Caesars Entertainment, they announced plans to open the Vanderpump Hotel at the Cromwell in Las Vegas, expected to debut in early 2026. Lisa remains active in the restaurant scene, owning Sior Restaurant and Lounge in Los Angeles, 3 Las Vegas venues, Vanderpump Cocktail Garden, Vanderpump, a Paris, and Pinky's by Vanderpump, and a Lake Tahoe establishment, Wolf by Vanderpump. She's also filming the next season of Vanderpump Rules, which is returning with a rebooted season 12. The machine keeps running. The empire keeps expanding. The shady behavior continues because for Lisa Vanderpump, there are no consequences. Labor violations get settled quietly. Racism gets excused as cancel culture. Manipulation gets dismissed as misunderstanding. And the British accent, designer gowns, charitable dog work provide enough cover that most people never look too closely at what's really happening behind the scenes. Lisa Vanderpump's elegant facade hides decades of labor violations, strategic manipulation, and convenient selective memory. From $490,000 settlements to snubbing former employees to profiting from others' trauma, the pattern is undeniable. She's not the sophisticated matriarch. She's a calculated businesswoman who protects her empire above all. Subscribe for more.